This is the Shrek series of collectible minifigures, and in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing all 12 figures, so let's get started. I only looked at these briefly online before getting this in the mail, but I think I might have some mixed opinions about these minifigures. I'm excited to take a look at these though, because I've been a fan of Shrek since I was a kid. I think this is probably Prince Charming in the first box here. Definitely a strong start with this figure here. I love that they've got this arm printing, and I think that his torso and legs design look really nice actually. I think the hairpiece makes sense for him, and overall, I think this is looking pretty good. I like these dual molded legs and the printing that they've got on the front, and overall, this seems like a pretty solid figure. It's not super stylized. It looks very Lego. The hairpiece makes sense. He does have a second facial expression here with a little bit of a smirk, but overall, I'd say this is a solid start. Let's move on to the next one. It is nice to see this lineup of minifigures on the front here, because I feel like we are getting the majority of the main characters. For the second figure here, I think we're getting Fiona. Fiona actually comes in the same box with Donkey, which is a molded figure. Take a look at him in a second. They use that standard minifigure dress piece here, which I think makes sense for this character, and I like the printing on the torso. Realistically, her outfit is kind of basic in the movies, so this makes sense. Her head and hair are all part of the exact same mold, so you can't move that around at all. I think overall, this mold actually looks really good for what they're trying to do here. It definitely looks a little bit better in person than it does digitally. I'm hoping I'll feel the same about Shrek, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case. But yeah, I don't hate this as much as I thought I would. Overall, I think the molded donkey figure looks really good. He's got his swiveling head here where you can turn it left and right, but I am not a huge fan of the printing on these teeth here. It feels like it's almost just one big tooth. It kind of looks a little bit strange. Some lines going down the middle and across the center I think would do a lot for this to separate his teeth out some. Like, he doesn't look terrible. If LEGO ends up doing some more minifigure skill sets in the future, it'd be nice to see Donkey in a different pose other than this seated one, but I think it kind of makes sense for the context here. Let's see who we get next here in this box. Looks like it's going to be the fairy godmother. I think this is probably going to be one of the more accurate figures of the lineup. All things considered, I think this is a fantastic looking minifigure. I love the metallic printing on the torso, the arms, and on that front of the dress there. It even carries around to the back with all of that detail. I think it's great they gave her molded wings, because if you wanted to repurpose this dress for something else, you totally could, since it's not printed onto the back. It's been a minute since I watched the movie, so I don't remember the exact context of this accessory tile here, but she does come with an extra wand, and there's also a secondary face that's covered up by the back of the hair, which you can see here. I don't personally care for this minifigure that much, but I do think they nailed it. Next up here, it looks like we've got Gingy. To me, this honestly seems like a perfect representation of the character. This arm printing thing here is a nice little touch. They definitely didn't have to do that, but I like how it looks. No printing on the back of the minifigure. In the movies, this is a pretty simple character design, so I think that they did exactly what they needed to communicate that. He's got his lollipop accessory, and I'm pretty sure that this head mold is from a couple of years ago. But either way, this works and it does exactly what it needs to do. Let's see who we get next here. I'm kind of excited for this one because he's such a goofy character. This is fun because he comes with the magic mirror. He's got some dual molded arms with some nice printed details on there. Dual molded short legs, which I don't think we see very often at all. Got a second facial expression, which is more of an evil grin. I actually think the piece they used for the mirror might be a new one, because it's got a spot for a bar to pass through the back there. Curious to see if this will get used again in future sets. It's interesting because I feel like LEGO's using more standard minifigure expressions for the humans in this series, but characters like Fiona, for example, just have a very different look to them, even with the eyes. But let's keep going and see who's next. Kind of surprised we haven't seen any of the three blind mice yet. Hopefully we'll be getting one here. Oh yes, there we go. I do really like how these are spread out across all of the different figures in this set. We got Pinocchio and one of the three blind mice. Looking at this little mold here for the mouse, it's a single piece, and I just love how it looks. I'm excited to have all three of these. The fact that it has its little cane included in the front there is pretty hilarious, and then from the back there it also has its tail. To me, this Pinocchio figure looks just about perfect. You got dual molded arms, dual molded legs. Maybe the printing on the front of the feet could be a little bit better. You do have a little bit of a white border going on there. It seems like it's not quite aligned. The head mold here looks super accurate to what we see in the movies. Nothing crazy going on with the back here. As far as accuracy goes, I actually feel like this might be one of the best figures of the entire series. I know there's quite a few people who are excited for this guy. This is Thelonious. I think he's also known as the Executioner. Comes with a microphone, which is a reference to him singing at the end of the first movie, I think it was. And then he also has this sign here that says awe on it. I think this was from the wedding scene in the movie. I don't know, it's been a minute since I actually watched it. Removing the accessories here and just taking a look at the figure itself. This is a great minifigure. You got dual molded arms, dual molded legs. I really like how the angled printing turned out on the front. The back of the figure is pretty basic. basic. And then if we look underneath the hood here, he does just have a plain black head. So this is accurate to the character, but this would also be a great pickup for anybody who likes to customize their figures. You could definitely use these pieces for all kinds of different medieval minifigures. Still haven't gotten to some of the main characters here, so I'm curious who's up next. All right, so we got Shrek. Taking a look at the included accessory real quick here, you do get a storybook with the Once Upon a Time tile in the front of the book. There's also an alternate tile option with this dragon on it. Moving on to the minifigure, I think that his outfit actually looks really good. The printing on the legs is very nice. I think that it makes sense to include this little skirt type of piece here to give that frumpy look to Shrek's shirt that he has in the movie. There's some decent back printing there too. This head mold is not bad. It is kind of an interesting shape. I guess they're trying to convey his sort of hunchback posture there. But I think where this minifigure really doesn't do it for me is just the face. I think on their own, the eyes aren't bad if you cover up the mouth, but this cheesy, toothy grin that he has just really does not look good to me at all. He just looks super cursed. It's unfortunate, and I am pretty disappointed in this one, but let's keep moving. Got 4 figures left here. Let's see what we get next. I think this one actually comes with another one of the mice. This is the big bad wolf dressed as Granny. I think this minifigure actually looks hilarious, and it's just really good. The dress has a polka dot pattern all across the front. Same pattern on the side of the arms with a nice cuffed sleeve here. And it's also the whole way down the back as well. This head mold looks awesome. It's super accurate, does what it needs to do, and I honestly don't know what else to say about this figure. It's really good. We have the second of the 3 blind mice included here. It's the exact same as the other one, and I still really like it. Only a few more figures left now, but it looks like we got Puss in Boots. Got all 3 blind mice now, so I can complete that collection. I think the main minifigure here looks great. Just gonna pop this accessory off here. This headpiece with the hat looks really good to me. I like that they included this Lego feather element there. Printing looks good on the minifigure as a whole, and it does have dual molded legs. Got some fur printed on the back and then a tail. This is a unique minifigure. It's not the same as the one that's included with the buildable Shrek and Donkey statue. Overall, I'd say it's solid. Probably one of my favorites. 2 figures left, so I think we're looking at either Merlin or the dragon for this one. Okay, we got the dragon. This is a very interesting one to me. I'm not really sure why they made this, because obviously the dragon in universe is much larger than the size of a minifigure. There are quite a few unique molds here. This head is brand new. I think the wings are brand new, and this tail is brand new as well, as far as I'm aware. Objectively, I think it looks good, but again, the eyes are just really weird to me. It definitely captures the look of the dragon's face from the movie, and it sort of makes sense, but it just feels a little bit off-putting. These wings are really cool, and I think the printing on the torso looks good. I like this dragon tail piece on the back and the way that it lines up with all the spikes that go over the head, but it's honestly just a strange choice for me. I'm not sure who else I would have put in this place. It's just a weird minifigure. We're on the last figure now, so this has to be Merlin. This one honestly has me really impressed, and it's specifically because of all the printed details on this guy's outfit. Just look at all of this detail here. The gold looks nice and shiny. We got dual molded legs. I'll pop this off here so you can see the wrist details there. I don't personally care about this character that much, but man, this is a really good minifigure. All the details printed the whole way around this hat too just look fantastic. He only has the one facial expression there behind the beard, but I don't think that really matters because it does get covered up. I didn't really think I'd like this guy that much, but this is taking it up to the next level with all these prints. It's definitely an unexpected favorite for me. Looking at all of these together, I think it's a good lineup in general. It's unfortunate that Shrek's face looks so bad, but maybe we'll get more sets with him in the future and that can be fixed. I'd say these 4 are my favorites from the wave, and I really like that the 3 blind mice were included across the series. Let me know who your favorite figure is in the comment section down below. Check out some of my other videos on the end screen now. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.